Hello ladies and gents to another well-crafted video. In today's video we will take a look at the top 10 anime about transferred/transported to another game world. What inspired this video? Well, I'm glad you asked. Since COVID and lots of shitty things have happened IRL wise, most of us naturally retreated to the safety of our shells, killing time with some anime and video games. One thought led to another, and here we are, a list about game worlds. Now, before we start, please note that we tried to stay away from well-established titles, which will be apparent to you in a second. So remember that before you think of disliking the video. And since we're on this note, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now without further ado, let's start. We kickstart this list with a not-so-known title, Ixien Saga Dimensional Transfer. The anime follows Kon Hokaze, a boy who embarks on a journey from our world to an alternate world known as Mira, which is full of a mysterious energy known as Alma. After saving Princess Scarlet from attackers, he soon finds himself in the middle of a struggle around Alma. It's a good addition to the list, especially if you enjoyed the online Ixien Saga game, since it's based on it with an additional touch. And by the way, if you did add it, expect to see one of the cruelest kicks to the balls in anime history. You'll understand why when you watch it. Moving to an even less known title, Phantasy Star Online 2: The Animation. In the year 2027, the video game Phantasy Star Online 2 is all the rage at Saga Academy. Not Saga with a S-A-G, but Saga with a S-E-I-G. I don't know what this info helped with other than wasting your time, which I thank you for giving me. Anyways, back to track. Due to Phantasy Star Online 2's popularity, the game is currently under review at Sega Academy to see if it has negative impacts on the students, which in turn causes the not-gamer main boy to catch the attention of the school hottie and perfectionist student council president, who recruits him as the student council vice president and tasks him with learning to play the game while keeping his grades up. When men evolve to become gamers, but not the cringy ones. In 8th place, we have Grimgar, Ashes, and Illusions. A group of strangers is given no other choice than to accept the only paying job in this game-like world, the role of a soldier in the reserve army, and eliminate anything that threatens the peace in their new world, Grimgar, a land where they got thrown into with only hazy memories and the knowledge of their name. When all of a sudden stronger candidates join together, those left behind must create a party together to survive. Despite its resemblance to one, this is no game. There are no redos or respawns. It is kill or be killed. Well, this title has so many O's, I'm just gonna say it as much as I know how to say it. Here it goes. B-Tomb. Ryoto Sakamoto is unemployed and lives with his mother. His only real achievement being that he is Japan's top player of the popular online video game, B-Tomb. Right when you are starting to relate to the main character, but then that Japan's top player sentence hit, and then you start crying in your unlocked achievement and shitty gaming setup. Not a great feeling to be honest, but it sure does beat getting stranded on an island in the middle of nowhere with a small green crystal embedded in your left hand and no memory of how the frick you got there. Only to find that someone has decided to recreate the game he is so fond of in real life, with the stakes being life or death. Don't know about you, but I prefer not to get lost on Battlefield 1 lands. It gets a bit messy. At number 6, one of the heaviest names on the list, Gantz. The story of the show is quite something alright. It follows Kei Kuruno, who gets killed, but instead of going to heaven, hell, or simply fade into nothingness, he goes to a game to fight green aliens and robot monsters for the chance to survive. Such a game is a test of his skills, morals, and will to survive. Now a word of advice from your friend here. When you pick up this old anime, if you haven't yet of course, don't do what I did. Don't go in expecting some funny, hilarious, good family-friendly anime. Quite honestly, I don't know why I thought so. As far as I remember, at the time, I saw a clip of Gantz on YouTube and thought, huh, that's funny, let's add it. Oh, little did I know. A personal favorite is up, Log Horizon. In the blink of an eye, 30,000 bewildered Japanese gamers are whisked from their everyday lives into the world of the popular MMORPG Elder Tale, with no way to log out. Among them is the socially awkward eyeglass fix master Shiro, whose confusion and shock lasts only a moment. As a veteran of the game, he immediately sets out to explore the limits of his new reality. Shiro must learn to live in his new world, leading others and negotiating with NPC natives to bring stability to the virtual city of Akihabara. Log Horizon explores the elements of gaming through the eyes of a master strategist who attempts to make the best of a puzzling situation. Worth to mention, a new season finally is announced to air in 2021, a motivation to stay alive. Nearing the top 3, we have Recovery of an MMO Junkie. Now that's a great title. Hooks you right away, doesn't it? Anywho, the story revolves around the 30-year-old lady Moriko Moriaka, who quit her long-standing job of over 11 years. As a result, Moriko turns to online games to pass her not-so-plentiful free time, reinventing herself as a handsome and dashing male hero in an MMO game. With the pesky societal obligations in the real world out of the way, she becomes more and more engrossed in her new life as a fictional man, eventually adopting the reclusive lifestyle in its entirety, venturing out from the safety of her apartment only when it's absolutely necessary. In other words, she worked her butt off to become a NEET. Hashtag goals. In third place, we have Maousama Retry. Akira Ono is an ordinary working adult who manages the MMORPG Infinity game. 15 years after creating the game, Ono decides to shut the servers down once and for all. However, as the clock strikes midnight, he somehow finds himself in the body of middle-aged Hakuto Kunai, Infinity Game's Demon Lord. Now that I think about it, half of the transportation accidents occurs at midnight, via game servers that are either new or going to shut down. Like, I can't remember a guy getting transported when he was playing a game midday with a well-established server. There's a lesson we learned here, but I can't find it. If you do, share it in the comments. Next, we have the Silver Guardian. Catchy name, isn't it? After getting saved from drowning, the main character of the show falls in love with the hot chick who saved him, which is a natural, normal teenage behavior. However, falling in love with the girl who saved your life doesn't stop Riku, aka the main character, from acting up as he also gets drawn to another girl, a new friend he meets in Dungeon Century, his favorite online RPG. But when the game is scheduled to shut down, he realizes that he will not meet her again. However, to his luck, he finds out that Rei Taka, the hot chick who saved him, is the online girl he is playing with. So, in the immortal words of DJ Khaled, congratulations, you've played yourself. Now for the transportation part. Soon after the game is closed, the girl is kidnapped in the new game that she suggested for the new playdates. Hence our boy now needs to play through the game and save his princess. Hashtag simp. And at number 1, the coolest name on the list, The Ones Within. The story follows Iride Akatsuki, who has unlocked hidden content in the game he's playing, which turns out the content is a real-life game. And as you guessed it, he wakes up to find that he has been kidnapped and taken to a strange place along with some other teammates. Each of them specializes in a certain sort of game, like cultivation games, fighting games, puzzle games, etc. And to get the hell out of the game they are currently in, they have to, as you guessed it, win the game. And with that, we end the countdown. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, we tried not to include big no names as much as possible. We did sneak a couple of big titles in there to balance things out, and if you discovered some new shows, then please show appreciation with likes and comments. Sharing is appreciated around these parts, as well as subscribing and hitting the bell. Until next time, fellas, have a good one.